Hello everybody, it's Troy, your hourly flipper. I've got something different I'm going to try today. I am at my Goodwill, of course, but the question always is, how do I start out doing thrifting and flipping on eBay and how to start out? So this exercise, challenge, whatever, is I'm going in with fresh eyes. See those fresh eyes? And I'm going to look at things that would be easy to sell, small to sell, because starting out, you don't have lots of space and you're not as organized as you become later. So my eyes are looking for smalls, for easy flips, and of course I'm gonna go back to the books. So stick around as we do this live shop with me. All right, we're going inside. It is a hot summer day. I could get a basket, but I'm actually gonna get a cart. Let me come over here. Well, it looks like I'm gonna get a basket. I was prepared. Let's see what's down here. Remotes do so good usually. I'm wondering how much that is. You can usually with remote controls do something from, I'm actually even gonna skip the remote. Not the remote, the bags. Those are some games that are there, pretty good. I find though that the games usually are pretty common, and so they're not gonna make a good sell. And like that $9.99 for a watch cord, I'm passing. I come and look at the games. There are a new set of games. Like, look at that. Who can do it? A party game. That's $2.99. I'll let you know how much that costs. I'll put I'll put it right here. A little thing. Good. Here is Funglish. I've never heard of such a game. We'll see that. And then we're moving down. I'll let you, a Space of Art. That's the kind of game that looks awesome. Okay, so I may take this. It's $5. I'll let you know how that is somewhere up here. And this is just at the first place. Oh, what fun. A Ouija that glows in the dark. Games usually are things that move, and they're overlooked a lot from other people. So I'm going to take a pause before we go back to the games, back to the books, and see what these games were we saw. I'm still here in the games section because there are two mousetrap games. There are several stories of people buying these and then breaking out just the parts, you know, those plastic parts, particularly the vintage ones. And that is something that people do all the time. I'll let you know if I ever start to do that, because I don't have the patience to part much things out, and a new person would not either. Okay, I'm in the home goods area. Just wanted to always stop by here. This is an area that usually things are either overpriced or below priced, and I'm of course looking for the below priced items. I don't know much about like this thing, for instance. The only thing I know is to flip it over. There is a Napco, and it doesn't have a price on it. If that had a price on it, and it was something like $3, I would get it. Excuse me, that's is a toaster, but nothing special there. Okay, and I always go around again to look at everything. Dog stuff there, apparently. Nothing. This is kind of disappointing. I gave them this. When I gave them, the Halo was there. So that is going to be going to the bins very soon. Anything over here? Sometimes I buy things for personal use, and that would be the kind of thing I did. Let's keep on going. See if there's anything. This is new in package. What is it? Awesome. Okay. Over here is going to be a comp I'll probably take that. I've just got a sense. I am steps away from my favorite area, the books. So let's quickly go through. I've got that because I believe I'm going to get it. Let me tell you what I'm looking for as I quickly go through. Of course, I'm looking for historical, local history, religious books that may be unique. Okay, see right here how that is something just different? I want to see what that is. Charleston receipts. What does that mean? Oh, there's ephemera. Oh, so this came straight from someone's. I don't like the condition of that, and so I am going to put it back. Right. Horse Heaven. There is a hardback of Angels and Demons. Wonder if it is like a first printing, because you can see that price, $1.50. What do? That was real. Okay, so I am going to get that book, regardless of the value of the book, because I know that's at least $5. This is one of those awesome things that happen live on tape that you don't expect. Well, I'm walking on cloud 9 right now. Let me see what this is. Practically Trained Pastors. I'm going to put that there and look and see the value. Here that is again. Value's right there. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to see if that is worth anything. With that on it, I doubt it is, but we're keeping on going. Homespun Magic. Not going to worry about it. 13th Nevada Bar. I don't know what that is, but that seems interesting. Again, I'm pulling that out just because it looks interesting on the edge. Song of Solomon is something, if there were a hardback, it would be in my cart that I don't have. Ooh, I'm pulling this out because it is book 1 and maybe something we see later. I come here a lot, so I may be skipping over books that you would look at because I've already looked. Every so often, I pull out a book that I may or may not like just to see if it's with a name on it, see if it is autographed. That is not, so I'm putting it back. The Final Days. Extra credit if you know the song that I just sang. I hope I'm not demonetized for singing a book from old school DC Talk. Okay. So, House of Frankenstein, that is going to be to check it out. I'm also going to check that. I've sold lots of Sex and the City DVDs, the ones that are on DVDs, but all of them, that's what I'm trying to say, the sets. This is where, to let you know why I do spend time looking here, I saw it's a horror movie on VHS called Basket Case, and they're so unique that I made good deal from that Paula Deen and Friends. Let's see if that is a signatured. It's not. Signatured sign. What are the chances of 2 Marcia Clark books? History's Worst Decisions. That looks like a fun book to try. So you'll see that I am not taking that much time. Some of it is because I know that I'm going to be back very soon. Oh, look, Angels and Demons in paperback. That's why I picked up the first one to begin with and found ethically. What would you do in that scenario? My vote is I want to try that because that's not the end. Wonder if that was something. Oh, and the Bad Beginning, look, right side by side each other. That looks interesting, even though it's a library book. It's worth checking. Kids' books, I usually think, aren't that awesome. There is a NKJV Bible. Let me see, this pile is ever growing. Where was that Bible? Don't you hate it when you... Okay, there we go. Oh, it's got a name right there. And while it might be a good one, I'm not going to worry with that one. going to take that. Oh, no, that's like, not even going to waste my time. Okay, so I'm going back to my power find. All right, I have some books here. I'll let you know which ones I'm keeping and which ones I'm putting back. This just in, these books are of no value to me. Unfortunately, those are mass-produced. This one would have been had it not been a library copy, and that brings the value down enough to not worry about it. There's two special missions. The first is this book. That version of some sort, that is about an $11 book. So if you wanted to start out that way, that would be a good pickup for, again, $1.59. This book, had it been new, it would be something to get, but it is water damaged, and you don't see it when it's that way. Here's something that I am getting. Of course, I'm getting that book. Remember Why. This is a book that's a $20 book, and I'm gonna get it. I was down here standing and I saw Nightmare on Drug Street. This is a what is that called? Like a public, I'm trying to blank on the words of what, think when you, PSA, it is a PSA video from the 80s. And it was awesome that there's only one of them on eBay right now, and it's $35. So I can price that for $20 and be way cheap compared to the other ones. All right, so there you go. When you do this, always, always, always put the books back the way you found them. And let's go down this road, down this wall. We'll be wrapping up soon. I'm here. This was not just a video about books. So I'm continuing down. There's some headphones that are wired. Not so interesting. Electronics are always a great thing. If you'll check the channel previously, I have been very successful finding items like that. They are therapeutic lights that people don't know. And I'm going to turn this off in just a second and see if that is worth a keeper. So here we are right here. Let's see. Okay, I've been on an emotional roller coaster. I picked up this and said, oh, that's $6. Let me see how much it is. And it is $10 for selling. So that wasn't worth it. That's okay though, because the box was empty. And then as I'm walking down here to make sure there wasn't anything I was missing before I... Okay, friends, I'm not going to say that the universe is trying to tell me something, but my phone battery died and it was like full when I went into that Goodwill. So something was weird. All right. I'm going to recap the visit to Goodwill, what I actually purchased, where I think it cut off. I'm going to show you the one thing that I picked up after that I was leaning to. And then I want to revisit my most shocking find of that visit. Okay? Super easy. Remember, I said I was going to pick up this. Yes, absolutely. It's heat transfer stuff. It's new in the package, and I paid $3 for it. It's about $18, so I'm going to make about $15 of that profit. Awesome. I pointed out the Nightmare on Drug Street, and it is a PSA from the 80s. I paid $1.59 for it. It's selling for $40, but it's slow. I'm going to put it in for something like $25, maybe sell it quicker, do some promotion on it. This book was a must get. It was $1.59 and it's selling for $30. It's a journal for new pastors. And then I was in the electronics section, still looking for smalls, those kinds of things. I showed you an empty box that I was disappointed in, but just down on that same shelf, this was there. And here's a bolo, or at least be on the lookout to look up. Bololoo. What you need to do is see if there's anything light related in something what could be a medical device. Okay, this is what that is, and the lights help with heat, etc., etc. The price was $3.99, and this is about a $40 item. These usually sell at the prices they go pretty fast because first market, they're 200s or so. So I'm excited about quickly turning that into $40. All right. Remember how I said the universe was maybe trying to tell me something? Well, I continued to think about that since being at that Goodwill. Let me refresh your memory. One of the books on the bookshelf was Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. All right. I usually check books that are in pretty good shape to see if they were signed. That takes their value through the roof. Well, I opened this book and I saw $5. And I thought with the $5, sometimes I use a dollar bill or something like that as a bookmark. And this was just left in there. If it was misplaced into a book, into a pocket of clothes, that kind of thing, I've talked to them at that store. And their principle is that that's part of the, part of the purchase. So I had no problem, keeping it if it were a $5 bill, and I would make $3.50 from this purchase because the book is not signed and it's very worthless, to boil it down. Okay. I get it home. It's not just $5. It's $25. And I believe that was put in there intentionally. Okay. So here is then, my vexing all day. If it were just misplaced, not a problem. I would definitely keep it. This is something that I imagine I'm just playing the game through. The book was given from like a grandparent to a child, said, "Hey, I read this book. It's neat. Why don't you look at it?" And the child never opened it up, and there was $25 in it for them to take. This money was given as a gift, not misplaced. That gives the intention of it a little more weight than when there was lack of intention, it being just lost. So I'm gonna re-gift this. I'm going to Goodwill, and I thought of putting it back in a book, but we've got risk of it being gone to the bins or thrown away. It is getting ready to be back to school time. I'm going to take this $25 that was gifted to someone, and I'm going to gift it. There's an area of backpacks, and I'm going to fold this up and simply just put it in the pocket of one of the children's backpacks that are there. Ideally, it would be a Spider-Man backpack or, something comic related. I like the comic stuff. But that will go in there. And if a family is in there to buy, the kids' backpack for school, in it will be $25. And I feel that is the right thing to do, re-gifting, the gift that was not received by the original the intended party. I'm going to say thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching here to the end. There's not going to be any audio as I go into the store, back to the backpack, and then discreetly putting this in. And then I'll see you next time. So thanks so much for watching.